What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's having a great day. Today we are talking all about the new 2024 S650 Mustang lineup, and there's a lot to talk about. First things first, Ford has unveiled the S650 just the other day, and I was on the edge of my seat the entire time.
Dude, that's pretty cool.
Whenever a new variant of your favorite platform launches, there's tons of feelings involved. You know, you have the, I hope this looks all right kind of feeling. Then you have the, if it looks all right, I'm buying one. And then you have the, man, they better not screw this one up. Back and forth, back and forth. But honestly, guys, I'm pretty impressed. But I'm gonna get into my reaction of this and my opinions on the design in just a few minutes. Until then, let's talk about some of the rumors that were floating around before the reveal. And there was quite a few. The first rumor that was floating around was the possibility of an all-wheel drivetrain for the new S650 Mustang. Per the reveal, we did not get all-wheel drive in the S650. It is rear-wheel drive. I mean, I'm happy about that. It would have been kind of cool if there was an all-wheel drive platform, but that's all right. We also heard rumors of a new V8 and a new EcoBoost coming to town for the S650. And I'm happy to announce that there has been revisions for both of them. Not much detail on it yet, but we do have some. And lastly, there was another rumor around that there was going to be a hybrid Mustang for this generation, and I am happy to announce that there is no electric Mustang announced at this reveal. It is all internal combustion engines for the S650, and I'm happy about that. So what did we actually get from Ford the other day? Well, they started off their presentation by driving an EcoBoost out in front of the crowd, a GT variant, and a GT convertible. So first things first, it's kind of hard to miss. The front fascia totally redesigned for the new 2024 model year. And honestly, that grille design at first kind of took me off guard. It was close to some of the renderings that were out, so those kind of mock-ups, those renderings were pretty on par with what the actual S650 Mustang looks like. But the first time I saw the grille, I was a little bit hesitant, I guess. It's pretty big. However, as I look at it, as I looked at the rest of the car, it really started to come together for me. Honestly, I really like it. I think it works. I think it works with the edgy design that this new S650 has. Now, another huge design with the front end of the S650 is the headlights. Headlights are completely different. You still get the tri-bar design, but instead of the tri portion of those headlights, the 3 bars in the front inner part of the headlight, you now get those over the top, and you get 3 separate beams there, which I think looks super aggressive. They kind of have this like Bugatti look to them, which, you know, that might just be me seeing that, but they kind of do. That aside though, I think they look really good. They fit the car, and I'm sure, give it some time, guys, people are gonna be throwing these lights on their S550 in the aftermarket world. Maybe not exactly these, but a company's gonna come out with it. I'm calling it now. And the rear end is brand new as well, of course, with a much more edgy design. There's all sorts of angles. The new tail lights look very aggressive. How would I put it? I'd say it looks crispy. Now the rear end is not gonna be for everybody because honestly, it's pretty different compared to the S550 we have right now. However, I think it looks pretty dang good. I like it. I think it looks really good with the GT variant's performance pack rear wing. I think that rear wing with the angles that you have there really complements the whole back end of the car. And I think it kind of completes it. Without that wing, it's a little bit, I guess it's missing something. That wing filled it out perfectly for me, and I give it 2 thumbs up. The other thing is the deck lid. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but the deck lid is no longer that glossy piano black that the S550 has had. If you own an S550, you know that that piano black finish is a scratch magnet. So I'm super excited to see that the S650 has a paint matched rear deck lid. I think that looks super sharp. Definitely a thumbs up from me. And we'll circle back to the exterior because there's more I want to say on that. But right now, let's get into the power plants of the new S650. Like I already said, there's gonna be the continuation of the V8, the EcoBoost, and another motor that Ford teased with their new Dark Horse car as well, which is pretty cool. Now, there's not a lot of information out on the specs, the performance, horsepower, torque numbers right now. I did catch Ford say that their new EcoBoost and the new 5.0 is completely different for the S650, and power levels are going to be up as well. The 5.0, I heard them slip and say 480 horsepower. That is better than the current gen for sure, but I do wonder if it's going to be even a little bit more than that. And I'm hoping that Ford releases some of the performance data soon, because I'm really curious of how much power not only the V8 is putting out, but also the EcoBoost in the new platform. And guys, like we wanted, we still get the 6-speed manual as an option in the S650. You're gonna get the manual as an option. You're also gonna get the 10-speed as an option. So you can kind of pick your poison with that one. Now, they didn't lead in exactly either if the Tremec is gonna be offered in the GT or if that's only going to be in the Dark Horse variant. So we're gonna have to see on that. Speaking of the Dark Horse version, Ford has announced this variant of the Mustang as well, which they say is gonna be around the 500 horsepower mark, and looks like it's kind of like a morph between a GT350 and a Mach 1. And you get the Dark Horse, but it's basically a really track-oriented Mustang straight from the factory. So it looks pretty cool. You do get a different front fascia on that car as well, which looks super aggressive. I really like the look. The badge, on the other hand, looks a little suspect to me, looks a little different, but maybe when I see it in person, my opinion will change on that. A lot of people were saying it looks like a goat. I don't know. I could see it looks like a horse, but put it down in the comments below. What do you guys think of the Dark Horse badge? I want to know. Now, guys, I could talk about the exterior on these cars all day, but let's get into the interior. This is where we see a lot of new, but also a lot of things that are similar to the S550 chassis. Starting with the new screens. That's what you're gonna see when you get into the driver's seat of the new 2024 Mustang. Screens galore. This thing has a full digital dash with an 8-inch infotainment display, all connected by one pane of curved glass aimed at the driver. The thing honestly looks beautiful. And the whole infotainment system is powered by Sync 4, so that's gonna be super cool to play with when that comes out. And it's running Unreal Engine 3D software, which really gives a cool look to all the graphic displays when changing through drive modes, customizing your gauge clusters. I mean, it literally looks like a Gran Turismo video game, which I'm down with. Now, the one thing with this kind of screen setup is that it doesn't look like there's many actual buttons on, on this car. So most of which is going to be controlled through that infotainment touchscreen system. Everything from the drive modes, your AC controls, music, all of that stuff is controlled through that touchscreen interface. They do give you a volume knob. However, I would have liked to see the AC controls kind of implemented into more of a standard button system, so you're not kind of messing around with a touchscreen like that. I'm sure I'll get used to it, but that's just kind of a little knock that I saw straight away. Moving on from those gorgeous screens, the next thing you're gonna notice when you jump in the driver's seat is the steering wheel. The new steering wheel is a flat bottom with two different types of leather, and I think it looks absolutely awesome. There is even the 10 and 2 kind of thumb notches, which I think is going to make for an even sportier feel when driving down the road. And it looks like a good quality mix of materials. Now, another thing is the vents. No more circular vents here, folks. Unfortunately, they have done away with the circular vents, which I personally love in the S550 platform. They've gone with more of a fox body kind of style of those rectangular vents, which you can see here, and they look okay. They look good. I think it matches kind of the rest. You have the squared off screens in front there. They have the square vents. It kind of goes together, and I see why they did it. But I will miss those circular vents. I'm not gonna lie about that. Now, another little key thing that we're missing on the S650 is a dual cowl dash. That is completely gone for the new S650 platform. You're getting just a straight dash, which looks really good. It looks very futuristic, it looks modern, and it looks like it's made up of some really nice materials. So with that, that's a lot of the new stuff, but what's the same? And there is actually a lot that's the same in the interior versus the current gen that we have right now. First thing you're gonna look at, and you're gonna see it looks exactly the same, is the door panels. Everything from the little latch to open the door to the leather inserts, it all looks very similar to the S550. Now, the material might be better. That's just gonna be something we'll have to look at once I can see it in person. But as far as the design goes, the door panels look identical. Another piece that looks identical is the center console in these cars. The center console looks like it was taken directly out of the S550 parts bin and they put it into the new 2024 Mustang. So there's a lot that's similar in the S650 platform, and it kind of feels familiar. And it's probably cheaper for them to still utilize those parts. That's probably more so why. At least we get a little plastic holder for the seatbelt. Winning! So what other features did Ford talk about? Well, one, they're adding an option to rev the car from the key fob, which is pretty cool. I mean, it might get a little annoying at your caffeine and octanes or your cars and coffee where someone's just hitting their key fob, revving the crap out of their car. But I think that's a pretty cool feature. So far, not a lot of information out on that specifically of how that works, but I would gather that it's a pre-programmed button on your key fob, and then it revs to a certain RPM that maybe you can set, or maybe it's preset by Ford. But I think that's a kind of a cool little feature, you know, something different. But a more impressive feature yet is the new e-drift brake co-designed with Von Gittin Jr. This is a full drift style e-brake with dedicated calipers in the back, so you're getting 2 calipers on the rear wheels, not just one, which is pretty crazy. So if you want to swing the Mustang around like Von Gittin Jr., you got the electronic e-drift brake to do it. Now this is probably not going to come on the base car, but it's probably going to be an option maybe on your performance pack level trims, things like that. We don't really know as of yet, but the electronic e-drift brake is pretty cool, not gonna lie. Now just some quick thoughts at the end here to wrap this video up. Honestly, guys, I am excited for it. I think it looks like an aggressive Mustang. I think it's edgy, I think it's new, futuristic, all of those kind of buzzwords come to mind when I look at this thing. And honestly, I think it looks great. I may just have to trade in my EcoBoost for this thing at some point in time. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below. Those are just my thoughts on this new S650 platform, and maybe we can make a new drinking game out of how many times I've said S650 in this video. If you're bored, count them up, put them in the comment section below. I just kind of realized that now. Let me know what you guys think about this new generation Mustang. The hype is real. I'm happy it turned out as it did, and honestly, I might be putting an order in for one when those pre-orders become available. With all that being said, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks so much for watching. Again, let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought. And if you really liked the video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button for me, and become a member of the Daily Driven crew. You guys have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye-bye.